Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today is sort of like an update video. I went to the dentist yesterday and I had my cleaning. So just an update from my last dental video. So before I do a deep dive into any of this, I want to put this disclaimer. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice in no way, shape, or form. This is just me venting and processing and trying to figure out this situation that I'm in. Definitely not medical advice. I am not a doctor. I don't know what's going on. No. So last summer, I had a video about a really poor dental experience that I had. And I'll put the link at the end of this video. But long story short, I had been going to a dentist and they were really, they didn't treat me well. They essentially called me a liar. I literally had a dentist tell me not to eat sugar. And then when I explained to her the diet that I'm on, like they literally said to me, I'd like to follow you around and see what you actually put in your mouth. Right? Like it was really not a good experience for me. But long story short, I found a new dentist to go to. I've been going to that dentist. I had, a consultation. They did not agree with the, other dentists that I did not have a good experience with. They, made repairs that were needed. I had some fillings done and, things were good. I was in good shape. And then I went for my cleaning yesterday and, things changed. Between some of the repairs that I had and my cleaning yesterday, I was diagnosed with TMJ, which is like really painful. It's like, basically felt like I had a muscle cramp, like a Charlie horse in my jaw, in there. And I couldn't talk. It was like very constrained. I don't know if you noticed it or not when I was making these videos, but I was not really filming a lot when that was going on. So it may not have been apparent that I was going through that, but it sucked. It was very, very uncomfortable. And then I had that treated and I continue to have some discomfort over here. But I assumed it was related to the TMJ and it never fully resolved. And just life has been complicated and got in the way and I haven't really been able to get that fully addressed yet. So I go for my cleaning and I mentioned that I've been having pressure sensitivity over there. And they go and they do the exam and, they do the x-rays. And they see an infection at the root of my wisdom tooth. They're like, yeah, that's not TMJ. There's an infection in there. And they showed me the x-rays and they showed me the shadow on it. And they were like, that's not TMJ related. That's something else. And they gave me two options. They were like, you could try a root canal, but the tooth is a little bit wiggly, which means it may or may not take. And if it doesn't take, it'll mean an extraction anyway. And the other option is to just have the tooth taken out. And if that's the case, you also have to have the one above it taken out because they explained to me that if a tooth doesn't have another tooth to push on, then it could keep growing and kind of erupt out of the gum or something to that effect. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know these things, but that's sort of the gist of what was explained to me. And now I'm in this place where I have to decide of, do I get a root canal? Do I try to save the tooth? Or do I just have these two teeth removed? The other tooth that they want removed, it's not in bad shape, but it's not in great shape either. It has some cavities, and they said that, it's clear because I have cavities that just because of positioning, it's not easy for me to clean. I don't have good access to clean it, and I have very weak enamel, and that's causing some of the problems. So that tooth might be problematic in its own right down the road. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? And it's like I'm being faced with two options, and neither of them are ones I like. I don't like it. I don't want to have teeth pulled. I don't want to have teeth removed. I don't like it. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know what I have to do, but I don't know what I want to do. I want to ignore it. I can't ignore it. I won't ignore it because, you know, if there's an infection that's problematic and that can get worse, and I can't ignore it. But like, this doesn't sound like pleasant options. I'm not thrilled. I've had teeth pulled before, but it's been like 20 years, and I remember waking up mid-procedure and telling myself that I had two options. I could panic, which would do myself no good, or I could try to go back to sleep, which would be the better option, which is what I eventually did. But it was nerve-wracking waking up mid-procedure. And I also remember afterward, like, my dad drive me home, and I made him like pull over really quick because I had to like, my stomach couldn't hold anything. I had to upchuck, for lack of other descriptive. But like, I remember getting so sick afterward. I was so uncomfortable, and it was so unpleasant. And I'm really not looking forward to going through this again. I really don't want to go through this again. And I feel like I don't have a choice because there's an infection, so I have to address it. I don't like this. I don't like my choices. And like, I know, like, in a year's time looking back, it'll be like over and done with, and it'll be fine, and we'll be like no big deal. But like right now, in this moment, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is uncomfortable and unnerving, and it sucks. It sucks. That's all I can really say is like, you know, I have to address it. I can't not, because it'll only get worse if I ignore it, right? So I have to do something. I don't like it. And I don't like it because it scares me. It scares me because it's like painful and uncomfortable, and like, what is this going to be like? And I had like this experience last time I've been through this, and granted, the last time wasn't, I don't want to say it was a bad experience, but it wasn't pleasant, right? It's not like nobody's like, I think I want to go do this today, right? Like, it's not a pleasant thing to have to go through. And I don't, and I know in the grand scheme of things, this is like a small thing. Like, I know it's super common, and I know people have to have teeth extractions all the time. Like, I know this is like super, super common thing. And I know it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. But for me, in this place, in this moment, at this time, it's like, it's daunting. It's daunting. And I'm intimidated by it. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So if anyone has any sort of words of encouragement or words of wisdom or ways of consoling my nerves on this, would certainly be appreciated. This is just sort of, it was not on my 2025 bingo card, and lo and behold, it apparently was. I was not expecting this to be how I'm starting out the year, but I'll get through it. I'll be okay. But it also speaks to if there's any sort of like gaps in filming or if I'm puffy or anything along those lines. It just sort of speaks to that. So, yeah, I'm sort of processing all of this information. I've had a day to sort of take it all in. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I need to find someone to have a consultation with and to take care of this and so on and so forth. So I'm doing it. I was reaching out to some doctors today to figure out what to do, but like a lot of offices were closed, and then there was confusion about whether it's medical insurance versus dental insurance that covers it, and like it made it way more complicated than it needed to be. But I'm trying to navigate my way through this and figure it out. And I will. I will. It's just, again, it wasn't on my bingo card. I wasn't prepared to have to deal with this right now. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me these days. So, yeah, I wish I had better things to tell. But I don't. In fact, in this moment, I would love to hear from you all. I would love to hear, what your experience have been going through this. Like I said, I know I'm not alone in this, but any encouragement would be sort of really appreciated right now. But one way or the other, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna get this done, and yeah. So, yeah, just a quick update on that. That's what's up. I guess with that, I'm done for right now. I'll keep you all posted. But for now, that's it. And until next time, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.